no matter what you believe outside of Jesus taking your seed and bearing it for your seed today.
Are you disputing me? Are you disputing me?
Every single person is drowning in the ocean, and God is throwing a lifeline to you.
I got activated, basically, when the leak happened. I was making art about women's rights before. I got some pieces submitted into a few art exhibitions in Texas, but I was never actually hitting the streets until the leak happened. And when I read that, I didn't think it was real, but it was. And I felt gutted and betrayed because I signed up to defend freedom, not to have mine stripped away. And I couldn't believe what I was reading, and that basically I was being placed as a second-class citizen in the matter of minutes. As a female veteran and as an artist, I knew I wanted to combine those things and really make a statement. So I started planning.
We are here demanding legal abortion nationwide. I did not serve 6 years defending freedom to have mine stripped away. My brothers and sisters have been raped by their peers, have been seen friends die in their hands, all to have their rights stripped away. We won't go back! 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 Es mi cuerpo! Es mi cuerpo! Es mi vida! Es mi vida! Es mi derecho! Rise up for abortion! Rise! Rise up for abortion! Rise! Abortion rights! Rise up! For abortion rights! Rise up! Rise up for abortion! Rise! Rise up for abortion! Rise! A woman who has suffered and died from a botched abortion in a pre-Roe world. The condom Leona's sister Jerry, Leona comments that this image was a necessary tool in the fight for equality and bodily autonomy. Seeing this image and knowing Jerry Santoro's story fueled a revolution. After Roe v. Wade was passed, people celebrated in the streets with the image of Jerry with her words under it, "Never again." Now we are at a time where this image will become the reality for women and girls across the country once more. I will rise up and use my body and put it on the line, because that's what I took an oath to do. Rise up for abortion rights! Rise up for abortion rights! For abortion rights, rise up! Women's lives are being disrupted as we speak. 1 month after the overturning of Roe, we are already seeing the first aftershocks from the loss of abortion rights. We put our bodies on the line and boldly put forward to thousands that this is a call to action. The lives and futures of billions of young women and girls are on the line. And the overturning of the right to abortion is an atrocity. When abortion is illegal, women die. We have to fight for them by any means necessary. The government will restore legal abortion nationwide. This means putting our bodies on the line, because this is no longer a safe space, and this country has never been a safe space for oppressed groups. Hands off the abortion pill! Hands off the abortion pill! My body, my will! My body, my will! And so I have to ask you, will you be okay with physicians and doctors becoming arms of the theocratic fascist state? Will you by getting in the streets every day.
Today, we're out here because there's a judge in Amarillo, Texas, who is a fascist Trump-appointed judge who is basically filing lawsuit against the Food and Drug Administration, calling on them to revoke, abortion medication, mifepristone, which has been approved by the FDA for over 20 years. And so they want to ban it, not just in the states where abortion has already been banned since the overturning of Roe versus Wade, but also in blue states, so all in 50 states. This would mean that millions of women will not have access to abortion because the abortion pill is the most accessible way that women get abortions.
All right, everybody. We are Rise Up for Abortion Rights, and we are out here because we demand legal abortion on demand and without apology. Forced motherhood is female enslavement. When one woman is not free, no one is free.
We don't want to live in a society where half of humanity is enslaved. We say when one woman is not free, no one is free. Legal abortion on demand without apology. When Roe was overturned, and before Roe was overturned, we saw the righteous fury of young women here and all over the world. Also, we take a lot of inspiration from the women in Latin America who raised this green bandana, who got into the streets not just one day, but every day. And they legalized abortion in deeply Catholic countries. We take a lot of inspiration to what the women in Iran are doing, rising up, men and women, against repression, against, arrest, against beatings, against being put to death. A lot of the men are being put to death. What does that tell you about how, how this is, when women rise up and unleash their fury, how that reverberates throughout the world against patriarchal oppression? We put our bodies on the line, and more people need to put their bodies on the line for millions of women, and they need to be challenged to also act, because that's how high the stakes are. That the continuing, furthering of making abortion illegal, but also the Supreme Court and the fascists have told us this is only the beginning. They started with taking away abortion, now they're going for the pill. Now they want to go for birth control. They're going for a nationwide ban. So as long as they're not going to stop, we also can't stop.
We won't go back! We won't back down! We won't back down! We won't go back! We won't go back! We won't back down! We won't back down! 2, 4, 6, 8! Separate the church and state! 2, 4, 6, 8! Separate the church and state! My body! My choice! My body! My choice! My body! My choice!
I say to people who call us baby killers, I really have nothing to say to fascist women haters, because you call us baby killers, yet you don't even think about, people say, oh, what about the baby? You're killing babies. What about the woman? Okay? The rights of women were just taken away. The attack on abortion has everything to do with controlling and subjugating women. This was never about babies. A fetus is not a baby. Abortion is not murder.
I'm completely against elective abortion. The only abortions that I would support would be if a woman's going to die if she doesn't have one. A lot of the time people will cite things like salpingostomies or salpingectomies for ectopic pregnancies, which is not an abortion procedure. But even if we were to not nitpick and say, okay, considering that an abortion, I would support abortion only to save a mother's life, which is the perspective of Judaism. But it is not appropriate to kill a human being because you might not have the finances, or you might be in a relationship that you don't want to continue because you just don't like each other. These are not reasons to kill a human being.
My body, my choice, my body.
I was 15, I got pregnant from sexual assault after being abused for about 4 years. And it was a very difficult, harrowing experience. It was very traumatic. And as I was going through that experience and feeling those emotions and feeling my trauma, I had a lot of conflicting feelings about pregnancy, especially a pregnancy from sexual assault. It was very hard, and I was considering, like, what am I going to do about this? Is he going to hurt me if I am pregnant? Because he'd already said things like that before, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do for a while. But then as I started seeing women with their children, I started seeing cards from the local crisis pregnancy center, billboards. I started to realize that, you know, maybe I can do this, maybe I can have this baby.
I'm a Christian, so I believe that abortion is murder, and murder is wrong. The baby needs to be born. The baby is not at fault, okay? It's not a choice, it's a child, okay? The baby is innocent. Let him live, and if it's not wanted by the birth mother, adopt. Give it up for adoption, so that people who want to love that baby can love it and raise it.
And I started to gain hope just from the knowledge that I was growing a human being, and I was doing that independently. And it felt very powerful to know that I was creating life. And especially as someone who was being abused, it was really important to me to feel that power. And so I finally decided I was going to keep my baby. I could feel her living inside of me. I didn't know anything about abortion, but I knew that I didn't want to take the life of something that was innocent. And I did end up eventually losing my daughter. Her name was Rachel. I had a miscarriage, and it was absolutely devastating to me. I think about her every day, and I know a lot of people say that when a woman's gotten pregnant from sexual assault, the best thing for her would be to abort that baby, for that baby to no longer exist, because it existing is just traumatic in and of itself. And I, through my experiences, would completely disagree. I think that losing my daughter was the traumatic thing in that instance. I think my rape was traumatic. I think my circumstances were, but my daughter was in no way traumatic to me just by virtue of her existence. And I wish I could have given birth to her, and I wish that for all children who are conceived from assault or who are conceived consensually, because I don't think that we should take the lives of people who exist in inconvenient circumstances.
This is what we mean when we call these people fascists. This is not a curse word. This is not an insult. This is not a way to dismiss people you disagree with. That's right, it's the truth. These people are actually determined and willing to kill and die for the future that they are fighting for. They have no future. This is why there are attempts from Biden and the Democrats to hold it all together, to give them anti-abortion federal judges, while putting out honeyed words about supporting the right to abortion. This is why none of this will solve this crisis. And the people in the Proud Boys and the thousands and thousands like them across this country have declared their intention to volunteer for the army of a new Confederacy. They want a new civil war.
We're just saying that we don't feel safe.
We don't feel safe with your presence here.
I don't believe that I can trust you. I really wish.
I've been shot, I've been brutalized, I've been arrested 3 times, charges all fucking dropped. I'm literally waiting on a brutality case.
We must love and protect one another.
We must love and protect one another.
I'm going to say this next part from our chest. We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
I said we have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We are the ones to rewrite history. It is on us. It is on the people.
If you believe that abortion is the mass killing of innocent human beings, which I do, because of my experiences in growing babies, because of my experiences in seeing photos and videos of abortion and of children in the womb, if you truly believed that, you would be saying something about it. Not only would you be saying something about it, you would be telling everybody about it, very loudly as I do on my megaphone. In the faces of these children, frozen in agony, I see my own children. We are all members of the human race. These are our children. I demand justice for them, for every single child that has been murdered in the violence of abortion.
In a trial put on by the FDA, 28 pregnant women died after taking mifepristone, the abortion pill. Walgreens knows all of this, and they're putting profit over people. Don't buy your groceries from Walgreens. Don't fill your prescriptions at Walgreens. Let Walgreens know that we don't want murder.
Abortion is murder. Abortion is
Senator Blumenthal is the richest senator, and he's funding blood money. This is blood money funding the killing of children. Abortion is murder, and you should be ashamed of yourselves. This is an absolute disgrace. There are 5 dead bodies of children at the medical examiner's office while you sit here and you eat your food and you get your money because you're all rich for about human life. Abortion is murder.